Good morning, I'm Kayla, and welcome to Banting's first ever Relay for Life opening ceremony. Over the past month, our class has been working together to plan an event that would not only show our school spirit, but also to raise money and awareness for cancer research. Our original goal was $5,000. We thought that would be a big goal to accomplish. However, within the first 2 weeks of donations being open, we raised over the amount. We not only did this as a school, but as a community. Many families and businesses also were able to support us. With every goal, we had a challenge that went with it. These would range from pies to the face, to ice bucket challenges, to students eating hot peppers, even our principals being silly stringed. We would like to say thank you to those who volunteered to take part in these initiative videos. Now let's hand it over to Tyler and Alec, who will talk a bit more about Relay for Life.
Relay for Life is an event to raise funds to improve cancer survival, decrease incidence of cancer, and improve quality of life for cancer patients and their caretakers.
It began in May 1985 in Tacoma, Washington, when colorectal surgeon Gordon Klatt wanted to raise money for the American Cancer Society. Klatt enjoyed marathons and walked around the track at a university in Tacoma for 24 hours. Throughout the night, supporters paid $25 to walk or run 30 minutes with him. In the end, he walked approximately 133 kilometers and raised $27,000 for cancer research. Over 35 years later, Relay for Life is held in over 30 countries and 6,000 communities around the world. In 1999, Canada joined the Relay for Life movement.
With this event being held across the country, the Canadian Cancer Society has been able to fund a groundbreaking research and a national cancer support system that is able to help those who may have cancer now or in the future. With the help of the community, we are able to help those in need of the support, and we can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Tyler and Alec. It's amazing to know that Banting is now part of 220 schools in Canada running a Relay for Life event this year. Gordon Klatt's walk inspired a global journey that's made a positive impact on many lives. But whose lives exactly? You may not have had a family member who's gone through cancer treatments, but many people have. Here's a Banting Marauder Grade 12 leadership video to show who we're walking for.
This year's leadership class is taking on Relay for Life at Banting. This event is changing in the process due to COVID, but they've really stepped up to the plate and are taking a new stand on it. So starting this year for Relay for Life, you're trying to get that team out there and get involved. I started a team for the teachers, shaping minds and supporting live, and I hope you guys jump on the train to join as well. Create a team, make a poster, have some fun.
Hey Marauders, I'm sure that all of you have seen the thermometers around the school with the different price checkpoints. At each checkpoint, students or teachers are challenged with a new incentive, some of which include
The front office wearing costumes,
We also have Mr. Kirby, who will be wearing a kilt to school.
Miss Geyer wearing the Marauder costume.
My goal is to row a half marathon. Ms. Geyer will be matching that distance but running.
The phys ed team will be doing a dance video, and Howitson will be dyeing his hair as some of our other goals.
I will be running for both my grandmothers who passed away a few years ago from cancer, and my friend's mother who passed away a couple years ago from cancer as well.
I'll be relaying for my grandmother who is currently battling cancer.
Relay for Life for my grandpa who died from cancer.
And I'm running Relay for Life for my grandma who died from cancer.
Cancer hits close to home in my family as my grandma had it and has sadly passed away.
For me, no one in my family has been affected by cancer, but I still support everybody, and I just want everybody to know that no one's alone in this battle. Everybody is supporting them.
So we're supporting Relay for Life because we've both lost a grandparent due to cancer, and we feel like it's really important to support people that have survived and also not survived for cancer.
Relay for Life is an event where we raise money for cancer research. This money can help those who have lost a loved one and hopefully find a cure for the future.
My grandpa and uncle were affected by cancer, and I really hope that by everybody raising money for Relay for Life can help have less people affected by it.
We do it to support our friends and family who are going through cancer or who have gone through cancer.
I lost my bubby to cancer, and my grandma has cancer right now, so it's an extremely important topic for me.
Relay for Life is an event that supports all cancers. We all should donate to support this amazing cause.
Cancer is something that affects a lot of the people within our community, so we have to do what we can to help and support everybody.
Show your support, Banting!
cancer personally hasn't affected me, but it's affected people I'm close with, and I see the way it's affected them, and I really don't want that to happen to anybody else.
I relay for my Nana and my Poppy, who have both been affected by cancer in the last year.
I relay for everyone who has been touched with cancer. Many people, myself included, have been affected by cancer in one way or another. Relay for Life is a way to spread awareness and show support for cancer.
My family has been impacted by cancer severely. Both my grandma and my mother have passed away from cancer. With the help of you guys and our community, we can hopefully raise lots of money so other families like me can have lots of support.
Cancer affects a lot of Canadians, and that's why I'm doing Relay for Life.
What a wonderful video to show how many people have been impacted by cancer. Nearly 1 in 2 Canadians will be impacted by cancer in their lifetime. Take a look around your room and think about how many people could possibly be diagnosed with cancer in the future.
And now a word from a survivor in our community, Dana Stocko.
Hi, my name is Dana Stocko. I am a cancer survivor. So when you first asked me to speak as a survivor, I hesitated, as you heard, because I didn't consider myself a survivor. I consider myself a warrior because it's an ongoing battle. But then when I sit and think about it, yeah, I survive. Every day I wake up, I survive. But I'm also fighting. It's a continual fight. Actually, this is my 3rd fight with cancer. I had cancer twice before, which were what you would call minor cancer cases, because they were diagnosed in the early stages. So I had colon cancer and cervical cancer, and my last diagnosis was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. My kids got sick Christmas break 2017, so I got sick. It was just the cough, cold, and I had swollen glands. I went for my physical appointment with my doctor, the annual appointment, in March, and she said, is there anything that concerns you that I should be aware of? And I still had what I thought were swollen glands in my neck, and she checked it, and as soon as she put her hands on my neck and felt them, the look on her face, I knew something was wrong. Because she said, those aren't swollen glands, those are swollen lymph nodes. And she said her exact words were, I believe you have lymphoma. So I'm sending you for x-rays, ultrasounds, blood work, the whole shebang. And in a very short amount of time, I went from thinking I had a lingering Christmas break cough cold from the kids to being diagnosed with lymphoma, and very quickly going right into treatment because it was advanced enough that he wanted to start treatment right away. And I was terrified. When you get told you have cancer, your initial reaction is it's a life sentence, you're dead. Lots of soul searching, terrified. Of course, Dr. Google doesn't help. I was warned not to Google it, but I did, because I wanted to know. You want to know, right? I had heard about this particular cancer, though, because a friend of mine who lives very close to me was also diagnosed with the exact same type of cancer, same stage, same grade, everything. So I kind of had a little bit of history and knew what could possibly happen or what could not happen. So I was very lucky in that sense that I had that sounding board and that friend who could support me. The kind of cancer that I have is a very slow-growing, non-aggressive form, but it can take over very quickly. So in the sense that I was diagnosed with stage 4, it meant that it had affected more than one spot. So all of my lymph nodes were affected and my bone marrow. So the chemotherapy he suggested was bendamustine and rituximab together as a cocktail. And I did that 2 days a month, every month for 6 months. And then I'd had scans to see how the treatment was reacting or working. And then once they had figured that out, I had done 2 years of, it's called maintenance chemotherapy treatment, which was just the one of the drugs called rituximab. And I did that subcutaneously. And I just finished treatment 6 months ago. So it's still in the back of my mind, like, it's not fully gone because they can't cure this cancer. They can only treat it. So I'm technically labeled in remission, and it's just a wait and see game now. How is life after treatment? Very weird, very different. Treatment ended 6 months ago, but life with cancer did not, because it is something that they say I will die with, just not from this particular cancer. But my life has changed so much in the sense that Yes, I had the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, so I had swollen lymph nodes everywhere. It's in my bone marrow, but throughout the process, what they don't tell you is that you're more susceptible to other conditions. I was diagnosed with neutropenia, which is also another blood condition. So now anytime I scratch or scrape myself or get a bug bite or whatever, it won't heal. I cannot heal. Another thing when you get diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or any type of blood cancer is you cannot be a blood donor ever again. And you cannot be an organ donor. That was devastating to me. Very devastating. I am very fortunate. I had an amazing support system. My family, the best friends, my community. One of my good friends, Lisa Pellish, was one of the first ones to reach out to me after I was diagnosed. And she was fighting cancer herself, but she took the time to make sure that she was there for me. And just a couple months after my diagnosis, she passed. So I consider her my guardian angel, and I'm fighting for her, for me, for my family, for anyone who hasn't been diagnosed yet. It's like, you just go on, you just fight. My husband's been great, my kids have been great, my friends have been great, all of my family, my community. It takes a village, it really does. From dinners to flowers to a cancer care bag to just, a quick hello text message. Hugs when we could hug were big. I miss those. But yeah, it's cancer is a journey. That's what it is. It's not a life sentence. It really is a journey. And this is just one bump in the road, and I'm going to get over it and just keep going. But life is, you go on. You kind of sit and wait thinking, is it going to come back tomorrow? Is it going to come back next week? Like, now what? It's almost like you're sitting around with someone with a knife to your back, and it's like you're being held hostage. But I have chosen to not live my life that way. I'm living every moment as a gift that it is, because cancer takes too many lives too soon.
We'd like to thank Dana for sharing her story. It is highly appreciated. And now for a word from the Mayor, Rick Milne.
Community building is a labor of love. It is a process by which like-minded individuals with a common goal unite and inspire. I want to personally thank each and every one of you for taking part in the Relay for Life events. The various events such as Pie in the Face contest, the Ice Water Bucket Challenge, and sponsoring a teacher to shave his beard to raise funds for cancer research has demonstrated your passion for this worthy cause. And I'm proud to see you all becoming a long-term community contributors in the town of New Tecumseh. In our community, your demographics makes up about 25% of our population. Through the power of events such as this one, I hope you all realize the impact you have on our community at large. Your passion to celebrate and save lives and to lead the fight for a world without cancer has not gone unnoticed. Your spirit and enthusiasm during this campaign is commendable. I offer my heartfelt congratulations on surpassing your fundraising goal and uniting the community of New Tecumseh to join in this fight for a world without cancer, because no one fights cancer alone.
And now, in support of all survivors, those going through treatments right now, and those who we sadly lost, please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you so much for joining us in our first ever Relay for Life opening ceremony. And thank you so much for all the donations we've gathered so far. We'll still be collecting donations throughout the day, so feel free to make any last-minute donations if you please. You can go to relayforlife.ca/banting and make them there. See you on the field, Marauders.